I have tried every stuttering technique out there, from easy onset to diaphragmatic breathing to head and holds. Some worked, some did not work, some made things worse, but there is one thing that has completely changed my stutter and the way I see it. And today I want to share that with you. And stay to the end of the video, as I have a massive giveaway at the very end of the video, which you're going to love if you have a stutter. Let's dive in. Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. McCool. I'm a GP from Ireland. I'm a person who stutters. I run a free online platform called Stutter-Connect, where people who stutter from around the world can join for free to meet, speak with, give tips and advice to other people while gaining tips and advice from other people from around the world who have a stutter, which are free to join. Link is in the description below. I've had a stutter my whole life, but I have been a doctor for over 10 years and I have not let my stutter hold me back in my life. In fact, my stutter has been a force for good in my life. My stutter has showed me greater resilience. I'm a more hardworking, more courageous, more rounded, more grateful, more empathetic person by having gone through a stuttering process, which you can be also. Glass half full or glass half empty? I'm half full. Years ago, I had the goal of curing my stutter. I fought against my stutter. I hated my stutter. I hate stuttering in front of people in a social setting. I hated making phone calls. I hated making presentations in college and school. And I just wanted to be normal. I just wanted my stutter to go away. And I wanted to be a normal person, sail off into the sunset and leave my stutter behind. But how wrong I was. I tried various things to help my stutter, various speech techniques such as head and holds, easy onsets, prolongations. And these may have worked for a short period of time, but nothing was long lasting for me. I always had the hope of one of these techniques will eventually work for me, but that hope soon faded as I went into the real world and I was caught again in a massive block and I felt worse about myself. I felt even more hopeless because these techniques that were meant to work for me were not working, and I felt doomed as I would never overcome my stutter. I'd never cure my stutter. But this is where I was going wrong. It's not in how you say things, it's how you think about yourself and your stutter. The real freedom from stuttering is overcoming the negative self-talk, the negative mindsets, the mental struggle, the mental suffering, the mental stress, overcoming these and living free from the mental shackles and the mental struggle that a stutter can bring. I soon realized that there was no cure for my stutter. I couldn't just leave it behind in the middle of a desert and drive away and resume my normal life. This was a pipe dream. This was never going to happen. So I was either going to sink or swim, and I decided to swim and swim very fast. The first thing I done was voluntary stuttering. I started stuttering on purpose in front of other people. I started speaking about my stutter. This took a lot of courage. It caused me a lot of fear, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. But I soon realized that when I voluntarily stuttered, people did not care that I had a stutter. They cared about what I had to say. Most people did not react negatively to my stutter, and I felt in control of my speech. As I was going to stutter anyway, even if I went for fluency, I was going to stutter uncontrollably, so I may as well take over control of my stutter by voluntary stuttering. And this sense of control over my speech, how I say things and what I want to say, was the first step of liberation for me from my stutter. I started living authentically. I stopped trying to hide my stutter. I stopped avoiding words, situations, or sounds. I stopped switching words. I said everything that I want to say, even though I stuttered. But I was happy to stutter. I got used to the feeling of stuttering in front of others. I stuttered, maintained good eye contact, looked them in the eye, and stopped worrying and focusing on myself and started focusing on the other person. As this relieved a lot of my social anxiety about my stutter, I forgot about myself and focused on the other person, as this is what good communicators do. They listen to the other person, they look at the other person, they stop worrying about themselves and start worrying and thinking about the other person, their life situation, and what they are trying to communicate to them. as too many people who stutter are obsessed with themselves and obsessed with how they say things, which is wrong. And you will never be a good communicator if this is the case. And you will never good in a social situation, and you'll never develop any social skills, which I do believe people who stutter are less developed in, which is a massive shame. So stop focusing on yourself, start focusing on the other person and what they have to say and about their life. I started phoning up random hotels, random cafes, insurance companies. I started voluntary stuttering. I mentioned about my stutter to them on the phone and realized that most people, over 90% of people, are nice about things. They don't react in a negative way, and they don't actually care that I have a stutter as much as I have a stutter. And I reduced the sensitization around my stutter, and this stopped the fuel to the stuttering fire. I started even laughing at my stutter, taking myself less seriously. And this also helped to reduce the anxiety and the low self-esteem and the low confidence which I had around my stutter. I done this consistently over a long period of time, as confidence and overcoming the stuttering stress and anxiety will not happen overnight. It'll take many weeks, many months of consistent daily action. But the key is consistent over a long period of time. At work, I see about 30 patients every single day, and I make about 10 to 15 phone calls every day. And I stutter, and I can tell you, I've seen thousands of patients in my career thus far, and probably less than 0.1% of people have negatively reacted to my stutter. I am an example of someone who is following their dreams, following their passion, living the life of a GP. And I can tell you, people do not care. People will not negatively react to your stutter. It is extremely rare. So stop worrying about the negative reactions and negative perceptions of other people. Start living your true life authentically to yourself, who you truly are. As you know deep down, you're a person who stutters. You're not a fluent speaker. So start living the life and the person that you truly know deep in your heart who you are, a person who stutters. And start enjoying it. Start sitting with the stuttering. Start getting comfortable stuttering in front of others, and do it on a regular basis. As too many people who stutter, who I speak to on Stutter-Connect and otherwise, are looking for a cure. They spend their whole lives looking for a cure of a stutter, and there is no cure. They're looking in the wrong place. And they start worrying and start stressing and feeling hopeless about themselves, about their future, how they can never achieve the things they want to achieve in their life. What this is false. I have achieved the things. I've become a doctor. I've been working for over 10 years. Whatever you want to do, you can also achieve it. And you should not let your stutter hold you back or stop you from achieving the things that you want to achieve. You can actually use your stutter as fuel, make yourself a better version of yourself, more resilient, more hardworking, more empathetic, and you'll be proud that you have gone through the struggle of having a stutter and you've come out the other end a stronger version, a better, more rounded person, more able to take on the world, the job interviews, the social situations, the presentations. Nothing is off limits if you have a stutter. You can do it all, I guarantee you. But it takes consistent courage, consistent hard work over a long period of time, and you'll eventually become your true self. Your inner self, you have to start showing it to the outer world and stop trying to play a character of a fluent person. If you want to take one thing from this video, is stop waiting for fluency to start living the life you want. Start living it today, stutter and all. So if you like this video, give it a like, share it with anyone else who has a stutter, comment below what has helped your stutter over the years. And if you want to go further in your stuttering management, have a look at my online course is in the description below. And I do online coaching also. Link is in the description below. And if you sign up to my email list, you will get my ebook Daily Action Plan for Overcoming Stuttering for free. Link is in the description below. Remember, life is too short to be worried and stressed and shackled by a stutter. This is your day one. You're either going to sink or swim. I decided to swim. Get swimming. Start today, not tomorrow. Best luck, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.